Welcome, everyone, to the 4 this afternoon. I'm Heather Holmes.
And I'm Alex Savage. KTVU's Christian Captain has been at City Hall since 8 o'clock this morning. And Christian, we have seen a steady stream of people coming by to pay their respects. That includes former San Francisco Mayor Willie Brown.
That's exactly right. All day long, we've seen a steady stream of mourners stopping by to say their final farewells and pay their respects to Senator Feinstein, including Mayor Willie Brown. Mayor Brown, thank you for joining us. If for a moment you could reflect on the impact that Senator Feinstein had on the city of San Francisco, on the state, but in particular in that office as mayor. It is a unique position in San Francisco that relatively few people have had. You're among that fraternity of those who have served the city in that capacity. If you could talk for a moment about the impact that she had on the city.
She had an incredible impact on the city and county of San Francisco. She won her first race for the Board of Supervisors, and she won with such numbers that she became the president of that board. First woman president of that board, directly elected citywide. And that went on all the way to the time that she made the announcement about the Milk Moscone assassination some 12 or 13 years later, after she had been previously elected. And then, of course, she assumed the responsibility to lead the city. And probably like no other mayor ever in the history, she led the city. At each step of the way, it was a new adventure for Dianne and a new adventure for the city, all the way to the date of her death. She was my buddy, my pal, and all I can do is frankly smile, because all the years of her involvement in politics, she was a true pal.
That's one of the things that people have remarked over and over again, that she could be very, very tough. People talk about that she was extremely obstinate on behalf of her constituents. But I think a lot of people don't, or maybe are not as familiar with that softer side to her. And that's the thing that we've heard over and over again, is that kindness that she showed.
She was extremely kind. Dianne was probably the best informed politician, if not the best, but one of the best you could ever meet. She was as much of a student as if she was a staffer, rather than just as if she was the elected official with the title and the ability to make the decision. She applied that same level of focus, concentration, and confidence on doing good for people unsolicited. We were blessed to have her. For all those years, since 1969 to the present day, and in this building where she's lying in state, it was where she first got her start.
Mayor Willie Brown, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Condolences to you, of course,
Thank
in this
you.
time. And again, former Mayor Willie Brown, one of the thousands of people. You can see the steady stream of visitors here behind me, all of them here to say goodbye to a San Francisco icon.
The late Senator Dianne Feinstein's casket arrived at San Francisco's City Hall shortly after 8 a.m. An honor guard accompanying the late senator's remains. The senator's family arriving shortly thereafter, asking that the cameras be turned off for a few moments as they mourned. Among those saying their farewells, the former Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, who remembered a resolute Senator Feinstein who still managed to show her gentle nature.
I was thinking of the words during the night about how gentle she was, but how strategic she was. And so she knew her purpose, and she would not be, she did things on her own terms, but she always did them with gentleness.
The late senator served as the city's first woman mayor from 1978 to 1988, a seat now occupied by London Breed, who reflected on the senator's lasting impression on the office and the city of San Francisco.
We have, had guests and people who have come up. Her statue is upstairs. Flowers have been pouring in. I mean, you still feel her presence because of how actively engaged she was.
A procession of city workers in uniform, staff, and friends of Senator Feinstein made their way past her casket and into the South Light Court, where they signed condolence books.
Working for her was just the privilege of a lifetime. She governed and thought about public service in a way that I don't think you see anymore in politicians.
Those whom she mentored said she always expected the best out of her staff and always made time for them.
You know, I worked for her almost 20 years ago, and she's been a mentor. We've kept in touch over that entire time, checking on my wife and my kids, sending thoughtful notes, always there for mentorship and advice.
The general public began lining up before the doors opened at 9 a.m., saying even if they didn't personally know the late senator, she certainly had an impact on their lives.
I've just felt like it was my duty as a citizen to come and pay my respects.
The work that she done was so wonderful, and she's truly going to be missed, you know. She's really going to be missed. I just really loved her and inspired her a lot.
And Senator Feinstein will remain lying in state here under the rotunda in San Francisco City Hall until 7 p.m. Visitors are welcome through that time, and she is set to be laid to rest tomorrow. We're live in San Francisco. Christian Kaftan, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
All right, Christian, thank you.
And as